Imagine being thousands of years in the past, when the sun blazed brightly above your village, and yet, beneath that sunshine lay a world of shadow, mystery, and survival. What if I told you that some of the most incredible feats of engineering and human resilience are hidden far beneath our feet? Welcome to the captivating realm of ancient underground cities, complex, enigmatic structures that have sparked curiosity and awe among historians, archaeologists, and adventurers alike. Why were these colossal subterranean networks built? And how on earth did ancient civilizations create these underground labyrinths that still astound us today? Strap in, because what you're about to discover might just change everything you thought you knew about human ingenuity. You might be wondering, what would drive a civilization to dig down into the earth rather than build up toward the skies? The motivations behind constructing these underground cities are both practical and profound. Safety is a word that often reverberates through the annals of history, echoing the fears and aspirations of those who chose to carve out a home beneath the surface. Think about it. When faced with invading armies, extreme weather, or even natural disasters, where's the safest place to find refuge? The answer lies not in castles or fortresses on hills, but deep below ground, where they could survive temporarily until the threat passed. Let me take you on a journey to one of the most astonishing examples, the underground city of Derinkuyu in modern-day Turkey. This remarkable site extends more than 60 meters below the surface and could have housed up to 20,000 people, complete with stables, wells, and even a ventilation system that ensured fresh air for its inhabitants. How did they achieve such an awe-inspiring feat? Derinkuyu was carved entirely out of soft volcanic rock, a material that is both workable and resilient. But it's not just a technical marvel, it's also a reflection of human tenacity in the face of adversity. By now, you might be asking, what does this tell us about the societies that built these cities? Were these mere havens from danger, or were they indications of a deeper cultural philosophy? The underground cities often reveal complex social structures, sophisticated engineering techniques, and unique spiritual beliefs. Many of them were designed not just for living but as places of worship and connection to the divine, showing that even in darkness, hope persisted. Now, let's dig a little deeper, pun intended. The construction methods utilized for these underground cities were nothing short of genius. Workers employed rudimentary tools and sheer manpower, but their understanding of geology and natural materials allowed them to exploit the land efficiently. They ingeniously crafted multi-level complexes connected by narrow tunnels, stairways, and even trapdoors. Imagine crawling through tight spaces, hearing the echoes of your own footsteps in the dark, and knowing that generations ago, men and women just like you carved these very walls. Do you think they were afraid? While ancient underground cities like Derinkuyu were created for safety, they weren't just about defense. They were vibrant hubs of life. Evidence suggests that these cities had schools, churches, and even marketplaces. Residents engaged in farming at a deeper level, creating storages of grain that could withstand sieges or famines. Think about that for a moment. During times of crisis, these cities transformed into centers of resilience and community cohesion, showcasing the incredible adaptability of our ancestors. But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn. Did you know that some researchers argue that these underground civilizations were not only built for protection from external threats? Recent findings have hinted at a more profound connection to the climate. Throughout history, regions prone to drought or significant climate shifts have seen an increase in such underground constructions. What if these subterranean cities served as a proactive measure, allowing communities to thrive despite changes in their environment? A fascinating perspective, isn't it? As we traverse more ancient sites across the globe, let's hop over to the Middle East, where the Nabateans of Petra left their mark on history. Now, Petra is world-renowned for its stunning facade carved into rose-red cliffs, but hidden beyond those breathtaking structures, there lies an intricate network of caves and tunnels, an underground system designed for both practical purposes and artistic expression. Picture ancient traders traversing the Silk Road, hiding their treasures from thieves and making deals in secret chambers that only a select few could access. It's an intimate glimpse into a civilization thriving on trade while simultaneously being shielded from the vulnerabilities of the open world. It's easy to assume that these archaeological wonders are relics of military strategy. But consider this: what role did spirituality and belief systems play in the construction of underground spaces? In many cultures, particularly among ancient peoples, the earth was viewed as sacred, the underworld a place of spiritual connection. In this light, underground cities could serve as sacred grounds where people went to commune with the divine or seek wisdom from ancestors. Isn't it intriguing to think that beneath layers of stone and earth, one could find legacies steeped in faith and ritual? And while ancient underground cities connect us to our shared human history, they also raise questions about social dynamics. For instance, who had the power to access these sacred places? Were they open to all, or were they reserved for the elite, the priests, or the elders of the society? It suggests a more complex social stratification, one that still holds relevance today as we explore the balance between community and hierarchy. What do you think? Were these sites ultimately a means of survival, or did they reinforce societal divisions? You might be surprised to learn that underground cities weren't restricted to just one part of the world. Let's journey to the mystical landscapes of Cappadocia, also in Turkey, where entire networks of subterranean dwellings represent stunning ingenuity and adaptability to the surrounding environment. Here, local inhabitants carved out discrete homes that seamlessly melded into the existing geology. The local volcanic tuff became the building block for entire neighborhoods hidden from the prying eyes of would-be aggressors, creating a harmonious balance between humanity and nature. In fact, Cappadocia's underground cities have been found to support rich ecosystems. Flora and fauna diverging from the sun-soaked terrain above found refuge in the damp cave systems below. Imagine the biodiversity thriving in these unexpected havens as families and communities cohabited with nature, perhaps fostering a stronger relationship between them. This symbiotic connection is another reminder of how our ancestors lived in communion with their surroundings, adapting to the rhythms of nature rather than fighting against them. Here's another twist for you. Did you know that some of these underground cities are thought to date back as far as 7,500 years? They represent not just architectural wonders, but a legacy of survival stretching through millennia, how people lived, coped, and thrived against the backdrop of a wildly unpredictable world. As we explore further, we may come face to face with the notion that our ancestors weren't just passive victims of their circumstances, they were resilient architects of their destinies. But the intrigue doesn't stop there. Many ancient underground cities have remained undiscovered or unexplored until recent archaeological advancements brought them to light. Who knows what more might lie hidden beneath the Earth's crust, the secrets of civilizations long gone, whole communities once teeming with life yet now preserved in stillness. There's a sense of mystery, isn't there? Each layer unearthed could hold clues to a past that has shaped humanity. As we delve deeper into this enigma, what becomes clear is that these underground cities were not mere shelter from the storms of life. They were societal microcosms, intricate frameworks of culture, technology, and human spirit. Every tunnel carved, every chamber fashioned spoke volumes about their creators. They used the earth strategically, not just to survive, but to craft spaces that reflected their values, beliefs, and aspirations. It's as if they whispered to us across time, urging us to learn from their legacy of resilience. As we stand at this pivotal point in our story, I want to leave you with a tantalizing question. What part of your world would you choose to explore if you had the power to delve into the hidden corners of history? In the coming segments, we'll unravel the dynamics of specific underground networks, examining how these remarkable creations came to be and the lessons they hold for present and future generations. Stay tuned as we continue this journey into the depths of ancient underground cities, where the past meets our curiosity, and human ingenuity shines its brightest. What revelations await us in the dark chambers of our shared history? Keep watching to find out. As we venture deeper into the fascinating world of underground cities, let's turn our attention to another emblematic site, the catacombs of Paris. While these catacombs may not fit the traditional image of a bustling city, they tell a compelling story of urban planning, mortality, and the human condition. Laid out in a network of tunnels spanning over 300 kilometers, these catacombs serve as both a final resting place for an estimated 6 million Parisians and a testament to the city's historical struggles with space and hygiene. During the late 18th century, the overflow from Paris's graveyards grew untenable, prompting the government to act. Instead of simply addressing the issue above ground, they took the bold, even audacious step of moving the remains below. However, this wasn't merely an act of desperation, it was an extraordinary solution to an existential problem, an innovative salvage operation that repurposed an underground labyrinth of abandoned limestone quarries into pathways of reverence and historical preservation. These catacombs weren't designed solely for burial, they also sparked cultural revolutions. As Parisians descended into the dimly lit tunnels, they redefined their relationship with death, turning a looming specter into a narrative intertwined with art, philosophy, and celebration of life. Today, modern Parisian artists and visitors alike weave their stories into the fabric of the catacombs, connecting the living with the past, demonstrating that underground spaces can be both solemn and vibrant, reflective and rejuvenating. Exploring further afield, we find ourselves in the ancient Greek city of Ephesus. While most of Ephesus is known for its stunning architecture and remains, what many don't realize is that this once thriving trade hub also harbored an extensive network of underground structures. Research indicates that Ephesus had underground temples and tunnels connecting various sites of significance. These subterranean passages likely facilitated trade, refuge during invasions, and a means of even more extensive cultural exchange across the Mediterranean. What's particularly intriguing is the egalitarian nature of these underground pathways. Unlike the elite castles or mansions above ground, the tunnels of Ephesus provided a stark contrast, open to all who sought shelter or the thrill of trade. This reflects not only the ingenuity of ancient civilizations but also their understanding of community, how accessibility could foster loyalty, collaboration, and prosperity among its citizens. Imagine the bustling merchants and travelers traversing the dark aisles, trading goods, sharing stories, and breathing life into the tunnels that would ultimately connect the world. As we delve deeper into the history of underground cities, we must also acknowledge the fascinating role that mythology and folklore play. Consider the Welsh myth of the Fank, a creature dwelling in an underground lake, symbolizing the interplay between the known and the unknown. In many cultures, underground realms often serve as gateways to otherworldly experiences and divine encounters. Look at the Aztecs, for example. Their reverence for underground spaces was evidenced by their temples built atop caves believed to be portals to the underworld. These subterranean chambers were not only places of worship but also seen as sacred landscapes filled with deities and ancestral spirits. The mythology surrounding them invites us to think about how deeply intertwined the sacred and the underground can be, leading us to ponder the cultural significance attributed to such spaces over centuries. But human ingenuity doesn't stop with the construction. The very act of maintaining and remembering these underground cities speaks volumes about the values ingrained in their societies. In regions notorious for climatic extremes, such as the deserts of Yemen, you'll uncover the ancient city of Sherbam, famed for its mud brick skyscrapers. However, what's less known are the intricate tunnel systems that lie beneath. These tunnels, known as canot, facilitate irrigation, protect against the intense heat, and cultivate community gardens underground. The very essence of survival reflects an evolving relationship with the environment, an understanding that symbiosis is essential to resilience. Let's pivot our focus back to Cappadocia. Beyond the breathtaking landscapes and ethereal fairy chimneys, the region is also a testament to human perseverance. The local underground cities are believed to have been used for both habitation and defense during times of war, but how they adapted over time highlights a unique human trait: flexibility. The robust social networks that emerged from these spaces forged bonds between communities that allowed them to withstand not only external threats but also the test of time. Would you believe that some still inhabit the surface areas close to these habitats today? Many locals view their proximity to the ancient cities as a source of strength and identity, merging the old with the new. These remnants of the past are not merely resting sites for history, they continue to shape the modern cultural landscape. Festivals and community events acknowledge their heritage, as families gather to share meals, reminisce about the struggles their ancestors faced, and celebrate the spirit that lives on through these intertwined lives. In the spirit of that celebration, let's consider the unique aspect of storytelling in these underground locales. Every narrow passage evokes whispers of the past, enriching our historical narrative. Join me on a vivid exploration of the Roman catacombs, each tunnel resonating with remnants of vibrant early Christian communities. Tales of love, sacrifice, and belief fill the air, reminding us that these spaces were more than just burial sites, they were cradles of faith standing firm against persecution. The inscriptions carved into the walls, messages left by the grieving, and artifacts tucked away chant a narrative of resistance and survival that transcended generations. But even today, you might be surprised to learn that modern underground exploration has become a trend, a search for the hidden corners of our cities. Urban explorers and archaeologists are driven by curiosity, a desire to link present with past. New methods of exploration and technology reveal layers of our own society's history, shedding light on both abandoned networks and hidden narratives. Consider recent technological advancements that allow us to peer into the depths of the earth using ground-penetrating radar. How remarkable to think of how both ancient and contemporary explorers share the same drive to unravel the unimaginable. What stories will we uncover in the process? What glories and hardships await discovery beneath our feet, waiting patiently to be acknowledged? As we come to the closing chapters of this journey into the world of ancient underground cities, I invite you to reflect on the lessons they impart. The resilience, ingenuity, and adaptability of our ancestors reverberate through the catacombs and tunnels, whispering guidance to us in an era marked by its own challenges. They teach us not only about survival but also about community, creativity, and the unyielding human spirit. So, what can we take away as we emerge from the shadows back into the light? Perhaps it is a renewed appreciation for our shared struggles, the ancient and modern paths that have shaped us as humans. It is a call to acknowledge our connections rather than our divisions, choosing unity over adversity, cooperation over isolation. Next time you walk through your own city, consider what lies beneath it. Imagine the spaces awaiting discovery, the stories yet to be told, and the spirit of survival solidified in the very earth. Each footprint you leave could be a thread woven into the rich tapestry of history, linking you with those who came before you. And perhaps, if you pause and listen closely, you might just hear the echoes of their legacy whispering into the world, the pulse of humanity thriving beneath the surface. Thank you for embarking on this remarkable journey through the annals of ancient underground cities with me. As we part ways, I encourage you to look beyond the visible and seek the hidden narratives of your own life, for within those depths lie incredible stories waiting to take shape, just as our ancestors did long ago.